Mr. President, as I was looking and watching the CCTV, Mr. President, I recall, Mr. President, every time we have a committee hearing, any member of the Senate would move to cite in contempt someone who is lying, Mr. President. So my position, Mr. President, looking at what happened to our dear colleague, and I'm going to do this, Mr. President, whether you are in majority or minority, you are an elected official, Mr. President. And for someone, especially coming from a different agency of the government, trying to do something like that in violation of Article 147, Chapter 2 of our revised penal code, Mr. President. Maybe, Mr. President, it is the right time for us, while we are having a session, to cite in contempt these individuals trying to prevent Senator Bato de la Rosa from reporting for work to do his job as elected senator of the Republic of the Philippines. So, Mr. President, if it is a proper motion, and I would leave this to the body, that we cite in contempt these individuals, Mr. President, that would be identified in this particular video, trying to block, trying to prohibit Senator Bato de la Rosa from doing his job, Mr. President.
Yes.
I submit, Mr. President, to the wisdom of the
Is there any objection
majority.
to holding the John and Jane Does, who will be laterly identified in accordance with the CCTV, to hold them in contempt of Senate?
Then,
the Senate?
Mr. President, I was suggesting, Mr. President, and if you are, if the body is amenable to that, I will move, Mr. President, that we cite them in contempt.
Yeah.
Because, Mr. President,
well, because you made that manifestation, Majority Leader, let me say this, not as Senate President, but as a member of the Philippine Bar, and as a humble servant of our people as a senator, each legislative body has to defend itself, especially versus existential threats. When we only have 24 senators, and in certain votes you need 13, and we will allow that in our premises without the proper coordination nor without the proper due process, ay pwede mong habulin na lang at hagurin yung isang senator, what can be more existential than that?
yeah.
There might be some reservations, but medyo ang tono pa lang sa hearings ay parang may kabastusan. Hino-hold na natin in contempt eh. And for the record, when Senator Bato was chased by these agents, we were already in session. I was already standing in the podium at the side and already was making that motion. So even out of courtesy, regardless of their coordination, kung meron man o wala dito, hindi dapat hinabol si Senator. Dapat pumunta sila dito sa taas. Nakipag-usap sila. Gwardiyahin nila lahat ng pinto. Pero hindi dapat makipaghabulan sa kahit sinong senador dito sa loob. So it is really the pleasure of the body. But if we do not take a hard stance regarding that, do not regret or do not ask ourselves why, tomorrow baka may checkpoint na malapit sa bahay natin at huhulihin na tayo. Because my understanding of parliamentary immunity goes to the extent of even being secure in our traveling to the Senate. Eto na sa loob na ng Senado eh. So, Majority Leader, maybe you should consult the other senators or make the motion and then... so, can we recognize first Senator Estrada?
Thank you, Mr. President. Just an additional violation of the elements of the National Bureau of investigation, who chased or who prevented Senator Bato from attending the sessions. I invite the attention of our colleagues in Article 145 of the Revised Penal Code. If I can read it to you. Violation of parliamentary immunity. The penalty of prison mayor shall be imposed upon any person who shall use force, intimidation, threats, or fraud to prevent any member of the National Assembly from attending the meetings of the Assembly, which in this case, the Senate, or any of its committees or subcommittees, constitutional commissions or committees, or divisions thereof, from expressing his opinions and casting his vote. And the penalty of prison correctional shall be imposed upon any public officer or employee who shall, while the Assembly is in regular or special session, arrest or search any member thereof, except in case such member has committed a crime punishable under this code by a penalty higher than prison mayor. That is all, Mr. President.
We take note of that, Senator Estrada, and it's 100% correct. But the reason why the presiding officer has not mentioned administrative and criminal law is because we can ask the Committee on Rules and the Committee on Public Order to have an investigation. No, meaning my immediate concern is the integrity and the safety of the Senate as an institution. It isn't even about Senator Bato. They could be arresting people from the other side of the aisle or other side of the politics here. I would have the same stand that you have to coordinate first, then we have to accept that they have legal authority. If not, you give the senator the opportunity to go to court or, as Senator Marcoleta said, all legal remedies. Wala namang problema po sa legal remedies. If we go to all the precedents, you will see na eventually yung iba nag-surrender din. Pero yung korte ang nag-utos, hindi yung mga law enforcers. So my point is, we will deal with the administrative and criminal liabilities, if any, according to the findings of our committees. But right now, before us is the question of what does the Senate in plenary as a body do to protect itself. And Senator Villanueva suggested holding them in contempt. May I remind everyone that when someone is held in contempt, they are allowed to purge themselves of that contempt by either giving justifiable reason or by apologizing. My information at this point in time, and anyone can correct me if I'm wrong, they are still here and they are still threatening to arrest him here. So what is the pleasure, Majority Leader? Can purge themselves of contempt, meaning to satisfy us with their explanation. Senator Marcoleta, are you satisfied with that?
Yes, Mr. President, I'm satisfied. Incidentally, I think the incident this afternoon can also be used to appeal to the Supreme Court that it's now high time for them to dispose or act on the petition, on the inquiry, whether or not the former president was, or the abduction of the former president violated Philippine laws. And if they can act precisely on the basis of what happened today, we will be guided in future incidents that may happen. Sana wala naman. Pero sana if they can decide as soon as possible, Mr. President, considering what happened today, they should include in that disposition a guideline sa mga ganitong pagkakataon.
Your comments are in order and noted.
And Mr. President, to add, because we have an existing law, I'm citing Republic Act 9851, which is about transnational crimes, international crimes, crimes against humanity. Ang sinasabi po ron, Mr. President, is very clear, specifically under Articles 17 and 18, na kung saan sinasabi sa ganitong mga kaso, ang talagang merong jurisdiction, primary jurisdiction, ay yung ating local courts, Mr. President. Paano ngayong mangyayari na mas kakatigan pa ng mga taong gustong humuli kay Senator Bato yung sinasabi na warrant of arrest? Alin ba yung
Turn it up loud. I wanna go fast.
ng isang korte na ang kanyang jurisdiction is not questionable considering that we have already withdrawn from the Rome Statute? Bakit po yun ang kanilang gagamitin? Halimbawa po sa Article 17, Mr. President, sinasabi po doon na yung surrender o yung extradition ay pwedeng gawin in accordance with existing extradition laws or treaties. Alam naman natin, hindi naman po bansa ang ICC, Mr. President.
To further your discussion, Senator Marcoleta, under the ICC rules, if a nation exits ICC, they're given 1 year to authorize an investigation. And this was brought up by the former president's defense team that the investigation happened 1 year after. After na 1 year, yung investigation which led to the charges. But yet in the appeals court ng ICC, they upheld the charges. So what is the net effect nito for the public to know and for members of our PNP and AFP to know? That means that under the Duterte ruling, whether it's the Marawi siege, whether it is the battle, the 30, 40, 50-year fight with the Communist Party, CPP, and PA, the ICC now can suddenly come out with warrants for any cabinet member or any elected official or any general or colonel or sergeant of our military and police under the doctrine that they did under Duterte. So if you do not have to pass Philippine courts, then we will have dozen, 2 dozen, 4 dozens, 100 former Senator Trillanes going to different places and just picking up anyone and saying that they have to be brought to The Hague. So that would be ridiculous. So that is precisely why we passed Senate Resolution 44, that each Filipino, regardless of political color, regardless of background, will have to have their day in court. Having said that, we will, in fact, deal with that during the hearings of the Committee on Rules and the Committee on Public Order. What is important right now is that we assure the Philippine Republic that the Senate is functioning and there is no threat from stopping us by any legal machination or manipulation. Having said that, Senator Marcoleta, with your indulgence, just while we were passing the motion to hold in contempt the NBI agents, retired Major General Rene C. Samonte, our Sergeant of Arms, gave me this. May 11, 2026, for Senate President Alan Peter S. Cayetano, sir, as directed herewith is the sequence of events as to the reported assault on Senator Ronald De La Rosa. Earlier this morning, 0700 hours, NCR Chief Attorney Dong Gallo paid a call to the undersigned to coordinate an arrest order. As per agreement, the supposedly arrest should be effected when the warrant of arrest is presented as per guidance of former Senate President Vicente C. Soto. On or about 2 p.m., the warrant of arrest was shown to the former Senate President in the presence of the undersigned, but copies were not allowed to be distributed. Truly yours. So the investigation will bear out what happened. The point I want to make is that even assuming fully coordinated yung arrest warrant, they should have approached Senator Bato or approached the Sergeant at Arms, given a copy of the warrant and negotiate his surrender because they are in Senate premises. Pero instead, nakipaghabulan sila. Hinabol nila, they attempted to stop Senator Bato from attending the session. Even ordinary arrest, konsehal, vice mayor, Sangguniang Panglalawigan, even SK. When they're in session, usually yung police pupunta doon, magpo-pause, i-coordinate sa presiding officer at sasabihin, ito ang warrant of arrest. So we cannot excuse yung paghahagod o yung habulan inside the Senate premises. Now, as to whether the NBI is justified, whether there are any criminal laws violated, whether there are administrative laws, we will wait for the investigation. So we are holding them in contempt precisely because of the actions they've taken and the manner in which they tried to not arrest, but to prevent Senator Bato from reaching the Senate plenary hall.
Mr. President, having held them in contempt, I believe an investigation is proper.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President.
So we'll refer all of the comments after the previous referral to